Today,
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I hope that you guys have had a beautiful and wonderful 4th of July weekend. Unfortunately, here in Texas, we have had massive rain, massive flooding, unfortunate loss of life. And so I want to just take a moment, if you guys will humor me for just a moment, um, and remember some of the things that have happened here. So in Kerr County, Kendall County, here in San Antonio, we've had massive flooding. We've lost, there was a bunch of kids at a church camp. Unfortunately, loss of life. We don't have the exact numbers. There may be people who know more than I do at this particular point, but they're talking probably 25 or more kids that have passed from that. The death toll from bridges having collapsed and people being lost in the water is going up. They've had to declare national emergencies. When when my wife and I would do a lot of triathlons, the park in which we would stage in Kerrville is under 35 feet of water. So it's been just a really bad time. So if you guys would just take a moment, say a silent prayer for the families and the people who've lost loved ones, I would really appreciate that. And I hate to start it off with something so somber. But again, life isn't always a barrel of monkeys. Sometimes life is rough. And during this time of independence, it's important that we remember, and not just the fireworks and the beer that we drank and the people we got to hang out with, but the loss of life from the folks that just were unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. And so just say a silent prayer for them, and we're okay. We're in good position here. So the flooding isn't directly affecting us. We're not getting out and going anywhere. We're not taking any road trips. So we're safe on our end. But just want to make sure that you guys know Mad Stacker, him and I have talked. He's obviously over towards the Houston area. We've got some other friends that are more up north. So far, the folks that I know that are affected by this are all safe. So as far as the coin community goes, I don't know of anybody who's been directly affected by this. But if you do, then please let us know so we can offer up prayers and any assistance that's needed. Because it's pretty severe. If you haven't been seeing what's going on in Texas, then you need to monitor and check that. So I wanted to just take a moment first off and thank you guys for all the support. But just again, just to have a moment where you say a silent prayer for the people that have been affected by all this flooding. And again, it's not just here in San Antonio, it's all over the place. But because I'm so close to this, I just want to make sure that I bring that to your attention. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. And good morning, Eric and Paula. How are you?
Good morning. I am well. I'm tired. and I'm still full from all the food I ate.
Good morning.
Eric has his coffee and topped off. He's good to go.
I am.
Very good. So how was your guys' 4th? What did you guys do?
Mine was great. It was busy, but
Ate too much, and I had plans to kind of get my drink on a little bit, and I ate too much, so I couldn't.
I was telling the guys I had what are they called? Burnt ends?
Burn ends.
Burn ends.
Oh, the meat candy, they were calling it. And it is. And I have a new favorite thing now. But I'm back on my diet today. So, oh well. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, that caramelized meat is delectable for certain. That's true.
Oh, and one of the ladies she just got back from Scotland. So she made this sticky Scottish sticky pudding or something with caramel drizzle and homemade ice cream on the side. Oh, it was so good. Yeah. So
sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was. It was food wise.
Very cool.
There's 5 Frostbite Coins gift memberships.
Hey, thanks, Eric. Eric just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for that. Vote for
There, look at
Pedro,
that.
Rockzilla, Matt T, Jeff Davis, and oh man, Eureka.
Yeah.
So for those of you who aren't aware, we lost Sturika. That is a very sad loss. Very unfortunate. Kind of a fitting remembrance. But yeah, and then we lost Alden as well. So we've lost a couple members of our community this past week. So prayers to their families as well. All right, so let's get this back on a little bit more positive note. There, Eric, I appreciate the little shift there. Mike Noodle, what's up? Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Littlefoot, how you doing? Steve, looking for silver. I promise Oregon is not awake yet. How you doing, bud? Farmer Stacker, vote for Pedro. Hey, you just won a membership. Outstanding. Thanks for all support, brother. Good to see you. Kane's Coins, g'day, brother. Azure, good morning, my incredible brothers and sisters. Hope you all are well. Yes, thank you so much, Azure. Appreciate the support. Coach, good day, sir. Hope you are well. Farm Dog is here. Auxilla. Rob's Numismatic Archaeology. What's going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Matt T. Coins. And let's see. That's it. Yeah. What do you got? What are you showing us, Paula?
I don't know. Stuff on my desk.
It's just something to be on the screen.
It's just something, yeah. Other than my fingers, my 4th of July fingernails. Thank you very much.
Very, very festive. Very festive.
I'm such a nerd.
Oh, it's all good. Hey, so I've got a question for you. Do you guys recognize this coin or this metal?
No, the bird looks familiar.
Well, we're going to be talking about a little bit of this today. So today, the topic of conversation is going to be the coins are the metals, and I should have put metals on there. But again, when you're trying to build a thumbnail, sometimes you have to be simple. But the coins are the metals of independence. And the purpose for today is just kind of just a loose general chit chat to talk about something that a lot of people are looking forward to. That's next year, the sesquicentennial, the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. If you guys were on my stream Thursday night into Friday, the 4th of July, I talked about American history and the wars and the battles and went really in depth into portions of our history. Talked about some of the things that were happening during that time frame and what needed to happen. I also had a reading of the Declaration of Independence. Now, this is something else that I am going to be doing today. I'm going to play that one more time. And the reason that I'm going to play that is to, again, just reiterate what the sesquicentennial, the semiquincentennial, the bicentennial is about. It's not about the Constitution. A lot of people get that wrong. It's actually about the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And so when we look at that, I want to make sure that people understand the difference between that and what that is and what we celebrate for that. But there's something else to this, and that is when we look at the various medals, and I love this one. This one actually celebrates during 1926, which was the Jubilee. This is one of the commemoratives that came out, the commemorative medals during the Jubilee celebration. This is celebrating the Erie Canal. But for the first 100 years, we didn't actually mint coinage for the celebrations. It was always commemorative medals. They were always the metallurgical designers that were creating these medals. There were actually no circulating coinage that was changed. Now, granted, there were things from that, but Kevin, teacher is in an area where they're not affected by the flooding. So I know he's safe. I know where he's located at. And he's not in an area where the flooding is. So I haven't heard any of the folks that are in this region that are affected by this. So I can reach out to Teach. I can actually text him, but haven't heard anything about him being affected by this. But I appreciate the ask, Kevin. I really do. But again, what we're looking at here is just that the metals that were created during this time frame were all done during these these 50th, 100th, 150. They were just commemorative metals, and so you see a lot of these things that were minted during the time frame of our 50 or our 100 year, the centennial. And they marked the various states, and they marked different things that were happening. But what they did and I love this one. This is a great one. This is at the commemorative of the 100th anniversary of American independence. I love this piece. Very nicely done. Again, these metals, but it was all metallurgical art, right? It was just one of those things that was.
Is that a medal or a so-called dollar?
It might be a so-called dollar, but I pulled it up through metals under PCGS, so they could have that because some of them were so-called dollars. But just absolutely fabulous looking at these United States colonies' right to be free. Again, this was the centennial, the 100th year. Really just absolutely neat pieces. But again, we didn't see any circulating coinage until this coin came out. Now, this was part of the commemorative half. If you guys have seen my commemorative half series, you guys will have seen this coin and the very next one. And this was the sesquicentennial. This is the 150th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And this particular one was part of a 2-coin set. And this was the $2.50. You can see Independence Hall there on the reverse. You'll see this one again later on with another coin that was celebrating independence in the $50 that came for 1776. But excuse me, 1976. But it wasn't until the sesquicentennial that they actually did commemorative coinage. Up until then, it was all metallurgical art that was being produced by the mint. And so a lot of people are like, well, they've done this before. We talk about the sesquicentennial and the bicentennial, but the bicentennial, and then this is the other coin. This is the commemorative $50 that was created. Again, this is a really nice piece. It's a really great depiction of the Liberty Bell. Again, sesquicentennial $50. There's a whole video on this if you want to go see it. It's there and it's available to you. And then again, we did have medals, right? So they did the various medals celebrating other aspects of things during the bicentennial. But what we know for the bicentennial is obviously the commemorative coinage and the circulating coinage that was first enacted to commemorate the bicentennial of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. But it wasn't until 76, actually the sesquicentennial were the first 2 coins, but it wasn't until 1976 that we actually started producing circulating coinage to honor the signing of the Declaration of Independence. We didn't create any new designs. It was all metallurgical art. Now, the exception to that is the sesquicentennial and the 2 coins that I showed you for that piece. So when we talk about the semi-quincentennial is coming up next year. It's celebrating the 250th anniversary. We'll be talking about that here in just a second. Shannon Dash, good morning. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. And then again, the other coin with Independence Hall there on the back, we recognize this as the Kennedy Bicentennial Half. Lots of um, variety collectors and air collectors will look at this particular coin for some of the thinning on that little floating roof thing, right? There are some. What are the other varieties that come with this one? There's the double die.
With the $half?
Yeah. Is it the missing
You've
initials, the
got a
designer
minor
initials?
double die obverse, but I think there is a big one. The big one is the quarter that everybody looks for.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
there's the
the
double die
one-
there,
the
but
one before.
isn't there like the missing initials or something on the $half?
Mm-mm.
77, I think, is a missing initial.
There's
87.
on the $half, there's lots of years with the missing FG.
Yeah.
Don't
So,
know it.
but a lot of people recognize this one. In fact, this coin, I have a whole stack of these, and I'll take these to the local grocery store. And when I buy it, I'll buy like a soda, or maybe I'll buy some sort of energy drink or something like that. I'll pay in $half, and the kids always see these and they're like, "Oh my God, this must be so rare. Is this valuable?" And it's like, that's like, well, no, but if you want one, I'll give you one. And they're like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, no, you can have one of these, because you just don't see $half in circulation very much anymore, right? I mean, we do in the community, and we take them for granted because it's like, oh yeah, they're just $half. But there's a lot of people that don't even know these are out there anymore, which still kind of boggles my mind that people don't know that like $2 bills are real, that 50-cent pieces are real, right? And then again, the last one, the one that people really think about when they think about the bicentennial, is the drummer. This is a large number of fake coin videos, and coins worth 10 million trillion dollars. They utilize this coin a lot for those AI fake videos. Frustrating, but there are some very, very, very expensive quarters. But the problem is,
there are two really big double die obverses on the Denver.
Yes. One gigantic one. One's great.
Yeah,
It's great.
101.
But here's again, we talk about this a lot, right? We talk about desirability, and these coins, even though there were billions of them produced, they're still a desirable coin. People like this design. They think it's rare. It's definitely not rare. They think it's scarce. It's definitely not scarce. Now, there are coins in this series. They're considered scarce, and they're going to be the rare double die, and that kind of stuff. Maybe proof coins in the top line of things, but for the most part, it's just one of those things where there's a lot of miscommunication on this particular coin. It's funny if you want to go look at and watch people just ramble about things that they think they really know about. Just search this coin up. It's hilarious. But you can find these videos that say that these coins are worth $100 million. It's just not true. We know this in our community, but it's important to remind people that just because they are desirable doesn't mean that they're rare, but people will utilize that quite frequently. And then we have some of these coming out. Now, I haven't pulled up the issues of the semi-quincentennial, but again, when you're talking about the bicentennial, they did still do the medals, right? They still did the 200th anniversary of the Marine Corps and the Army and the Navy. Again, those three, all 1775 was when those were created. So they do the medals along with some of the other things honoring the services. I just happened to pull up the Marine medal. But what I want to do now is I want to just kind of go through with everybody, and we'll stop sharing this. And let's just talk about the semi-quincentennial. And let's talk about some of the things that people are discussing and mentioning. And one of the things Eric and I were talking about is that there's going to be a potential hoarding of these coins because they think they're going to be extremely valuable.
There's
what do you guys?
Hoarding.
Yeah, hoarding going on anyways, but
with the 2025 cents.
Yeah. So yeah, Chappie. And again, there's so many of these things that that are out there. You know, I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Mike that came in and said had somebody come in and said that they had, you know, like a 1942 coin worth $300 million or something like that, and they wanted to know where they could sell it. But again, there's a lot of this misnomer. There's a lot of this misrepresentation of value and rarity, and I want to talk about this when the uh, sesquicentennial comes about. Yeah, Mike Noodle every day. Um, because as we come out with this, there's going to be something really cool. Paula, I'm going to pull up what you shared with me.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't aware of this, and you guys are fans of Mercury dimes. Oh, by the way, speaking of Mercury dimes, this month, the coin contest for my channel is about the 1916D. Okay. I show you a couple, I'll show you a coin, show you a good close up of the mint mark. And then the question is, here are 4 known positions. And here are the mint marks that are there, the ones that are known. Is this or is this not an authentic coin? So that's going to be the discussion for this month. So make sure you go check out that short. Make sure you put your comment in there. And then I'm going to draw at the end of the month. We're going to have a discussion talking about why it is or why it isn't authentic. We're going to talk about the differences in altered mint marks versus added mint marks versus mint marks that have been removed. We're going to be talking about mint mark themselves, right? So is the right mint mark on there for that particular coin? We see this with the 1909 where people add the mint mark, but they add the wrong mint mark style. And so we're going to be talking about that in depth at the end of the month, representing this, and then we'll draw a winner. And then I've got a couple numismatic coins for the person who wins that contest. And so good luck, but go over there, check that out. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to that, hit the notification bell, because when you put a comment in, I will tag you in that, and you want to make sure you're getting notified. So make sure you get notified of those things. So that's a little bit of a plug. Now, why did I say that just before showing this? Well, because the United States Mint just dropped some information, and Paul is going to walk us through this.
So they were talking for a while about, we've talked before ad nauseum, I think, about the circulating coin designs.
This makes me so happy.
I know, except for they aren't really redesigning the cent and the nickel, but whatever.
Yeah, anyway, let's not talk about that, that train wreck.
So they are going to be doing some of the I guess, so they had people vote. People could vote on which of their favorite coin designs they wanted to see depicted in these special coins that they're going to be doing next year. They're 1/10 ounce gold coins. And they finally released the official design of the first one that they're going to be releasing next year. I think there's going to be 5 altogether. And the Mercury dime is the first one that they are going to be releasing. It's going to be struck at the West Point Mint. It has a little privy, that we're all so crazy about. And but it is going to be accompanied by a silver medal. That's the silver medal.
Check it out. CAC is on there. Shameless plug.
Oh, yeah, no. These are the designers.
I know they're the designers' initials. They're just being a smart aleck.
I know. In fact, I think that these might have been the initials of one of the designers in the designer initial contest that they had. That I won a gold coin. Anyway, so yeah, I don't like this. That's my official take on that.
So you know what this reminds me of, and again, and this is I feel bad for the metallurgical artists because again, they're very talented people. Unfortunately, if you look at things like Fenrir, right, those really nice 2 coin pieces that they put together, this looks like a really sad attempt.
Well, this is
something
one
like that.
coin. This is the obverse and the reverse. Yeah.
That's metal, you mean?
I mean metal. This
Yeah.
is the obverse and the reverse side by side.
Yeah, but you're going to have 2 of them in order to, and so here's the reason that I say this is that if you want it to kind of look like this, like Fenrir, right, you're going to have to buy one of those 2 coin capsules and put it together. If you want it to actually show the design. My thing is if you don't do that, why in the hell? Yeah, exactly. Very vanilla, right? Why in the hell would you do something so mediocre? You guys know what's that Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? What's the one with Furiosa? Where they have the Lost Boys or the shiny and chrome, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What's that guy's name? Immortan Joe, right? This is an Immortan Joe mediocre. It's just not. It's just not that good looking.
It looks like she's trying to get out of the bathtub. She's got one of those handles on the
It is kind of mermaidish on the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, it is kind of mermaidish. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Wolf. That's exactly Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah. That's Immortan Joe. Mediocre. But yeah, this is. I'm really excited about this. Paula mentioned that, and I was like, I saw that, and was very happy. I think this is. There are very few things at the Mint that I'm going to chase. I just don't. I'm not very happy with stuff going on. I tried to pick up the Army Privy, and I got that same message that I always get with my account. Oh, congratulations, you've done it. And then I get notification that the coin's been sold out. And then people tell me 2 days later that they were able to purchase it, 3 days later. So I've kind of given up on the Mint, but I will be seeking this particular one because it's a good looking piece.
And it says, stay tuned as we plan on revealing one new design in our 2026 Best of the Mint series each month, starting July 4th. So next month they will show the second one. And I like that they did them in 1/10 ounce gold because I think that that's going to make them, I mean, depending on what they charge for them, which is usually like 3 times the.
It'll be a $500 or $600 coin.
Minimum.
So
yeah,
I think it'll be more like $750.
But it still will make it more attainable to more people. So I do like that. And I think if you guys were wanting, off topic here for a minute, the Army Privy ASE, they went back available. And,
yeah, I did a short on that saying that you could go back and get those.
Yeah, I think they're still available. So
yeah, they were they went offline for about 12 hours and then they came back and I think they're available again. Mike Noodle says, can I raise a thing? If they make them 24K, they will be undersized, just like the 2016. Yeah, so the 2016
1/10.
Yeah.
Pedro. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I don't think I said good morning to anybody. So good morning, everybody.
Yeah, it says it'll be a 1/10. But I understand what Mike's talking about because the 2016 Mercury Dime Freedom Medal or whatever that one was, it was actually smaller. So even though it's going to be a 10th, it may be a smaller coin.
But it's got everybody's favorite little privy. They could have done without that, but whatever.
CT87, good morning. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you all for being here. If you're watching and you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free for you, but it does help out the channel. And again, there's only 160 more people needed for that 6K mark. So I would like to get there soon. So again, I appreciate the support. Really do.
I just don't like this. You know what the reverse looks like? The reverse looks like the Superman medal. It looks like they took the. Is there a windmill in the Superman medal too? I don't know.
It looks very Kansas. Yeah,
It's
very
just-
Metropolis. Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know what though? I think forever I'm going to call this the bathtub coin. No, I'm never going to get that out of my head.
You're welcome.
Because now that I look at this, I mean, even look at the line. You can see the line there at her head. Looks like the little raised bathtub thing. I'm never going to get that. This is going to forever be the bathtub coin. I'm going to coin that, right? Oh my gosh.
I know.
And this is where, and folks, I want your opinion. Please be putting your comments on this stuff, because if we don't like the designs, we really need to be telling them, you know, hey, your collectors think you guys are being a bunch of hose heads, right? Why would you put a lady struggling to get out of, I mean, you know, what is this?
She got her shower cap on and everything.
Yeah. Again, I understand the representation. Gateway Bros, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Getaway Bros. Yeah.
Me too, Azure.
I just don't get it. I would love to see, you know, Azure, that would be a good thing too. I just don't see some of the recent designs. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay. I look at some of the work that some of the medallic artists have put out, and they're very talented artists. Okay. I'm not saying they're not talented artists, but my daughter, who is 18 and is an artist, goes, Dad, I can create better crap than that.
And she should.
Right. And I'm like, well, then develop some stuff and send it in. And she goes, well, I don't know. And I'm like, you know, hey, they can't say anything but no. But, you know, make it simple, make it ornate. And what is it? Look through history, find something that really inspires you, and put it on a coin. Send it in and tell them, I would like to submit this for consideration, and see what happens. And but she's like, who do they have doing this? And I obviously introduced her to now I just lost his name, the chief designer. Oh, I can't remember his name. I just went blank.
Who, Gobrecht?
No.
You always
the artist right now. The artist right now, who is the chief.
Oh gosh, I don't know who is the chief.
I can see his face, but I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, he's in the CCAC meetings all the time.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Mercante.
No.
No.
What the hell? Joseph Mina.
Yeah.
And showed, you know, some of the stuff that he's done, and kind of walked through some of the medallic art and some of the cool stuff that they've done. And she's like, oh yeah, he's talented, right? And it's like, yeah, it's like, well, why did they choose that, Dad? And I'm like, I don't know.
There's a lot of reasons if you listen to it. They had some very beautiful artwork. And it was shot down because they were service. Yeah, as Dialight, and then the Secret Service and Homeland. There was always a reason to shoot it down.
Yeah. Whatever.
I've got a question for you. I've got Paula has a copper round set. Okay. Now, Mike, you're out of this. Paula is out of this. Eric is out of this.
Oh,
when we talk about coins, and this is something that I just learned again in researching coins and looking stuff up. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and Paula said that I could do this, so I'm not giving away her stuff.
You can.
I was looking up and found a word. Now, when we're talking about numismatics, there's words that mean different things. And I came across this word, and Wolf Metals, why does everybody besides Frosty echo? I'm not sure.
Oh. Are we echoing?
Do you got your noise cancellation off in Restream?
Yeah, check your noise cancellation, see if it's off. I'll double check mine. Audio, noise suppression, noise cancellation is on.
Audio echo, noise suppression is on.
Yeah, mine is too.
Yeah, they're both on. Let me do something and tell me if this is any better.
In a cave.
Let me see if this is any better. Go ahead and talk, folks, and see if the echo disappears.
Testing. Sibilance.
Matt, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Check. Hello.
No echo. It went away. Whatever.
Much better. Yay. So it wasn't us.
Eric is not echoing anymore. Okay, everybody's saying much better. I think it might be something that Eric and I talked about the other day. I think I'm going to have to start wearing headphones because of the way that we have a setup. So I'll make sure that I invest in that. All right. So another question. By the way, we have a very special guest here today. I hope we see him more. Flying Dutchman's here. So what's up, Flying Dutchman? Good to see you.
Flying Dutchman. Hello.
You guys know who Flying Dutchman is?
No, that's not who you think it is.
It's not Matt. If
that's not Matt?
That is not Matt.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm positive. Wrong guy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But he's special anyway. You are
welcome
special.
For being here. Okay. Stephen Rose, what's going on? But how you doing? Good to see you. All right. So the question is this. When we talk about when we talk about the coins, like the one that I showed with, let me pull this back up. The one that I showed with George Washington and dagnabbit, what's his name?
I don't know.
Why did I just forget his name? Man, I am having a senior moment today. Good grief.
Welcome to my life.
Lafayette. Good Lord. Good. There you go. When you see a coin like this, and you see two busts on the front of a coin, what do they call that? There is a specific word, and I'm looking for the specific word. And I found out this in a recent stream, and there's a reason that it's important. And a lot of people may not know why that is. Got to fix this real quick. There we go. And if somebody can come up with the word that represents these two, and again, Eric, Paula, and Mike, you guys are out of this because I know you guys have a breadth of knowledge. You guys will probably do this. I want to make it a little bit difficult. But this is very important because this doesn't happen very often when it comes to coinage. And I was reading an article regarding this, and they utilized this word, and I had no idea what they were referencing. So I started to dig in a little bit, and I'm going, what in the world is happening? I can't find the answer to this. And so it's not obverse cohabitation. It is a single word. I'll give you guys a clue here in a little bit. But there are lessons about talking too technical when you're writing articles or when you're talking about stuff. Bosom Buddies, that's funny. That was a great show. I remember Balki Bartokomus. I always love. You guys remember that show?
I do.
I always love that. Accoladed, no. Best friends, no. Autonomy, no. Accoladed, no. That is not the word. And again, this is one of those things that in this article from somebody who's very knowledgeable, it was just one of those things that I was like, I don't know what that means. So the reason that I'm bringing this up is because, number one, when you're looking at the commemorative coin series, we see this quite a few times in this commemorative coin series. And I wanted to share, again, I like sharing information that I learned with you guys. I haven't seen anything in here. It's called Jugated. Yep, Jugate. And Jugate, Paula knew that. And this is why I told Paula she had to be quiet. Yeah, this is a Jugate. And so when you're looking at this with two verses, it is a Jugate coin. And just so FYI, cool stuff. Hey, Brenda Shank, how you doing?
Just call it a double portrait.
You double portrait. Yeah. But anyway, it reminded me that when I look at these things and when I talk about stuff, I need to be careful about the language that's used or teach you guys the language and share with you that information prior to talking about it that way. But I just thought it was really cool. And it was looking at this sesquicentennial $50 created by John Frederick Lewis, where the person who was going through this, very knowledgeable, PCGS, kept talking about this Jugate or the conjoined twinned. And so I was like, what in the world does that mean? They never defined it. And I finally figured out what that meant. And I was like, oh, that's the official term. I never knew there was an official term.
I'm going to go grab some coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, never knew there was a official term for the two busts on a coin. So there you go. Just a little piece of information. We did come up with some good answers. That is correct. You guys did come up with some good answers. And I will still give something away. Conjugate. What is, yeah, yeah. And now he's playing with words. Get it? Conjugate. Yeah, there you go. Fun stuff. Now he's talking about, if I'm not mistaken, Lafayette. Correct me if I'm wrong with that one, but I think that was a educate. Yeah, okay, see. There he goes. Now he's on his dad kick. This is the Jugate family. You know what would be actually funny, Mike, is to assign names to all of the Jugate coins. And so one would be Con, one would be Ed. That would be really funny. And then you could go say, hey, did you find Ed lately? Or, you know, had Ed come into the shop or whatever. I think that would be a fun inside joke.
Jugate.
Oh, too much fun. Now people are going to be looking up all the different Jugates. Fun stuff.
Good stuff. Were you going to give one of these away?
Oh, I'll find something else. We'll give it away before the end of the day.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
But you guys did come up with some great answers. I am going to do this. I've got 3 packs. And if you are a member and you haven't received... Oh, hold on.
I didn't get my chip yet.
It's in the mail. You should have it pretty soon.
I want my chip.
If you haven't received this, that's the front of it. This is the back of it. Let's put those over here.
Very cool.
This is my poker chip, and this is one of the channel rounds that I have. I just got in some new stickers. These are for Tiger and Mai's program for Stack Collector. If you guys are members and you don't have one of these, send me an email, and I will get these out to you. All my members should have these. If you don't, let me know and I'll make sure that you do that. And then moving forward, when somebody signs up to be a member, now I'm not doing it with gifted members. If you're a gifted member, that's been the thing. But if you sign up for it and you're a member for everything I do is 2 months, right? So if you're a member for 2 months, then I will make sure I send you a channel round and a sticker pack. But I am going to be giving away 3 of them right now. And so I want Eric to come up with a trivia question regarding a coin that can be fairly easily searched. I want Paula to come up with one, and then I want Matt or Mike to come up with one. And then I'm going to pull the answers. I'm going to randomly do this, and then...
Wait, what am I doing?
I want you 3 to come up with a trivia question, and we're going to ask those. And so, Mike, get your question. I'll tell you when to put it into chat. Frostbite will be hand delivering your channel stickers.
Are we doing this today?
Say again?
Are we doing this today?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
All right, I got one.
Oh gosh, I gotta think on the spot. I'm not good at that. Too much pressure.
There's no pressure. So I am going to hand deliver them to an envelope, and then I'm going to hand deliver that envelope to the mailbox. So as yours, right, I will be hand delivering those today. So Mike's laughing. Ha ha ha. Okay, so Eric.
Yes.
Let's do a trivia question. This is open to everybody. All you have to do is just put your answer into chat, and I will randomly pull those names.
I'm going last.
Are we ready?
We are ready. And so I'm going to put in go, and that will tell us when to start. So go ahead and fire it away.
When was the last circulating penny with an S mint mark minted at the San Francisco Mint?
That's a good one.
All right, we got a couple different answers. What's up, Steve LaPointe? How you doing, brother? Seeing a couple different answers there. 74, 82, 76. Seeing quite a few numbers come in. Red Silver says 2025. Remember, the keyword there is circulating.
With the mint mark.
Yep, the keyword there is circulating. And again, folks, we have 2 streams going on, so your name may show up in a different position. I will be taking this from my list, so just be aware of that. So when I put these in here, you'll see that. So I've got to share.
The question is, when was the last circulating Lincoln cent with an S mint mark minted at the San Francisco Mint?
Are you going for the first right answer or?
Nope. I'm gonna put him in a wheel.
You're going to tell Iowa.
And I've got 2 streams open up, so you may not see yourself in the same position that I do. But we're taking it from mine, and I'll take a screen capture if anybody needs to see that. But it's not going to be a position thing. It's going to be, hey, Gambit, I need you to email me your address so that I can get that to Paula so that she can send off the medal that you won.
T11.
Did a quick AFK, Frosty.
Yeah, no worries.
They're just copper rounds.
We'll give it just a second more.
I'll probably
What's up, Angry?
I'll probably pay more in shipping than these are worth. It's okay. Maybe I'll try to find my little silver Grammys.
We're going to give it about 30 more seconds. So far, I have 10 correct entries. That should give you a little bit of a hint. Again, only one guess per person, and I'll give it just a few more seconds. Morning, Coach. Coach actually answered this in the form of a question. What is 1974?
He's playing Jeopardy.
Da, 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 da. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and throw the stop in. All right. It just snuck in there. All right. So I have 12 entries. The answer is...
Eric? 1974.
1974, indeed. So I have Thomas, Tripped on a Nickel, Coins Making Sense, Chad Brookerman, Inkman, Kevin Rose, Farm Dog, Gambit, Wolf Metals, Angry Warrior, Coach's Magic, AZ Coins. And again, because this is going to be a thing where I'm not choosing an order, it'll just be here. We are going to cycle this again. These are the people that got that right. So we're going to shuffle, 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 shuffle. And let's fire it away. All right. So the person who wins this first one is, looks like it's going to be Farm Dog.
Farm Dog. I'm going to throw in a little silver Grammy. Which one do you want?
Farm Dog just won a Grammy. I know he's been working on his acting skills.
Do you want
the truffle shuffle?
Okay, sorry.
So Coins Making Sense. You want to hear something really funny? I actually have a short from a long time ago that I did the truffle shuffle. We were actually in Astoria, and we went to the Goonies house, and I actually did that standing on that step.
Oh.
That was a lot of fun. So Farm Dog, congratulations. Send me an email.
Wait, can I ask him a question?
Fire away.
So I have a poo. Can you show this real quick? I'm sorry. I don't want to like.
Hold on.
Okay. I have a poo. Silver Grammy.
Poopy.
And I have a football. And I have a
flag.
A Trump flag. Which one do you want? I'll put one of these in your little packet. In your little thing. I'll put one of these in each of the winner's packets. Which one do you want, Farm Dog? Come on. I haven't got all day.
Sure you do.
A flag. Okay. You got it, Toyota. Okay. So Farm Dog won that one, you said?
Yeah, now remember, they're getting a sticker pack as well as one of my poker chips.
Yeah.
So are you giving away stuff to all three of these, or is it just going to be my?
Yeah, we can do all three. It's just, I just need to put more together then. So just let me,
No worries. So Farm Dog, if you'll do me a favor, send me your address information. I probably already have it, but just send it to me and then I'll forward that on to Paula. And you'll get 2 separate packages. Again, anybody who's subscribed, you can put stuff in chat. Everybody's going to have the opportunity for the next 2 giveaways. So if you want to do a part of it and you're sitting there listening, you want to enter stuff in there, subscribe real quick, and then you'll be eligible to do this. Because all you got to do is just enter into chat and have the right answer. That's easy. So send me that email. I'll forward that on to Paula, but you're going to get 2 packages. You're going to get one for me and then one for Paula.
I'm sure I have yours, Farm Dog, but send it to me anyway, please.
Well, just send it to me and I'll just forward it on to her. That way you only have to deal with one time and we don't have to give everybody else all your information. Thanks, Farm Dog. I definitely appreciate that. All right, so let's close that. Let's clear that up. And Paula, have you come up with a question yet?
I did.
Okay.
And I'm sure, so
hold on just a sec. Let me put the go in.
Okay. So much
okay, y'all get ready. Frosty likes to make us think way too early. Well, you can wait until after the stop, and then you can think later.
What? Who? What?
Okay, it goes in.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. How many normal business strike variations are there for the 1982 Lincoln cent? How many normal business strike variations are there? That includes composition, style, and mint mark for the 1982 Lincoln cent. And go. Isn't this thing cool? I had to order one of these.
What is that?
I didn't even know it existed.
Oh, it's got the dog tags in the middle. That's actually really nice.
It's got the dog tag and the metal, and I think this is clad.
It says silver dollar.
It does? Where?
Right under the word soldier.
Oh, it does say silver. Okay, well, it's silver then. Anyway. Mint mark. What does it say? Dollar. Yeah, oh, it is silver. Okay. Who knew? Isn't that cool, though? I just thought that was so cool. The little dog taggy. Anyway.
Keyword in her question was normal.
Normal. The keyword was normal.
And we'll give this just a few more minutes. Again, if you want to participate, really simple. All you've got to do is subscribe to the channel and put in your answer. And if you were correct.
You said you're doing three of these, so.
Yep, I got three giveaways that I'm going to do, and then.
Okay, I need to get some flips.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
2 more sets together. And I don't know that these people are going to get stickers because I may be out of stickers, but I'll try to find.
Run out to the field.
I'll try to find some.
There's only a couple people who probably got that.
I don't think they care. They're just like, give me the copper and the silver Grammy. They don't care. Okay, there's one.
Hey, Dan, did you ever send me your address? I don't think I got it. I still owe you. I have a package sitting here. I don't know if I ever got it from you.
So that will make 7 altogether, not counting yours, right? Yeah.
We'll give it just a few more seconds. You want to ask that one more time for anybody who might be hearing this late?
How many 7 normal business strike variations are there?
Oops.
What?
You kind of told the answer while you were asking your question.
How many? What? How many normal? Oh, I did?
Yeah.
What did I say?
So we're going to put in the stop. You said, how many normal 7 business?
That'll teach me to read and talk at the same time. I was reading the chat.
That was funny.
Whoops. You're welcome. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you were like, how many normal 7 business strike? Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to laugh because that was like classic blunder. Oh
my God.
Absolutely beautiful.
Don't ever buy one of those 82D small date cappers off of eBay. There are literally hundreds of them right now. And there's only 3 verified copies known.
And there's not very many.
Yeah.
Yeah, and folks, if you ever want to find out how truly rare, what the odds, and we talk about odds ratios and we talk about being able to find these things, Chuck actually did the math on the number of coins that were done in 1982, how many of those were pennies, and if you were to find one of these, it's a 1 in 6.3 billion chance. But if you were to find 2 of them, the odds were into the hundreds of trillions. And you could have been struck by lightning while riding a bullet. I mean, it's insane, right?
While being eaten by a shark while riding a bull or something like that.
Yeah, it's insane, the chaos that came from that. But why is that important? It's because if you find something that is considered scarce or rare, and you find multiples of them, that's a pretty good indicator that it's not what you think it is. Mm-hmm. All right, so we have 14 entries on this one. I did put in the last 2 people that just were below the stop just because it was there. But it's going to be Kevin Rose, Jack Riley, Opus, Inkman, Dan McCumber, Coin Making Sense, Flying Dutchman, Wolf Metals, Angry, THS, Ant, Robert Bruce, Bad Idea, and Brenda Shank. We're going to shuffle. And we're going to fire this off. And the winner for this one is going to be, nope, there's something wrong with the wheel. I got to redo that one. Jack Riley, congrats, brother.
Jack Riley, congratulations. Rigged. Which one of these little silver Grammys do you want, Jack?
Hold on, let me pull you back up.
The poo.
Okay.
The football or the Trump flag bar.
It says surprise him.
Surprise you? Oh, well, okay. All right. Hey, Jack, did you get your coin wallet? Your little coin wallet.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
These are great to take to coin shows, by the way. There's 24 slots. You can put your little, but don't put your coins directly in these. Put them in flips.
Put them in a flip, yeah. Because those contain PVC.
They certainly do.
And I wouldn't leave my
Don't leave them in this. No, because
even in a good flip, I wouldn't leave them in there.
Yeah, we don't know if it can leach into your flip or whatever, but yeah, they're great. Anyway, okay, I'll surprise you, Jack Riley.
All right, and then the last one is going to be Mike. Mike, do you have your trivia question ready? Now, he's not going to be able to read this one, so I will read it for him. Let me know when you're ready for that, and then I'll fire off the go.
Good morning, everybody that came in late. Lurkers.
Oh, and by the way, while we're waiting, I have a couple quick announcements. Number one, not tomorrow, but next Sunday, Aaron Burke is going to grace the stream with his and regale us about all of things ancient. So make sure that you're here for that one. I've put that on all forms of social media. I'm going to be streaming it on a couple different platforms, but please make sure you guys are here the 13th of July for Aaron Burke. That's going to be a lot of fun. See if I can't get him to come up probably around the quarterly basis to talk ancients. And then Tiger and I are going to do Stack Elector on the 10th. Farm Dog, just got your stuff, man. Thank you. And on the 10th, Tiger and I are going to be talking about liquidity. Liquidity in your numismatic coins. Following that, we're going to be talking about some other things. But make sure you do that. I've got a couple requests out to talk to some people regarding that that work in coin shops. And then Eric has a couple reveals. Are they today or tomorrow?
At least one. Got at least one.
So go check out the reveal.
It depends on the boss.
And then we have are you guys doing something this week, Paula? I think she stepped away. She probably went to get more coffee. Oh, actually, no, she's there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Right now, it's just kind of if we do, it'll just we'll just come on. I know that Eric wants to come on for a nickel coin roll hunt, so maybe we'll get something together with. I'll get something together with him to do. Eric,
that would be good.
Okay,
talking to you.
And then I think the Coin Show podcast is back this week. I think they took a week off. Hopefully, Mike's feeling better. But the Coin Show podcast can be there. Inkman, absolutely. Send me a photo. We can talk about that. I'll pull that up if you want me to. Absolutely. Inkman, Jack wants to know if you're trying to attribute it. Okay, go ahead, Mike. I have put the goes in there. Go ahead and ask your question, and then I will read that out loud to everybody. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming up this week, so make sure you're staying tuned. In what year did the U.S. Mint not make a 1-cent coin? In what year did the U.S. Mint not make a 1-cent coin?
Oh, are you talking about a large cent or a small cent or what? Large or small? Uh-oh. Pedro. That's a good answer. And beyond. I don't even know the answer to that one. I thought I did if he's talking about the Lord Jesus.
I got to go through these again, make sure I haven't missed anybody. There's a couple different answers. 1815, 1814, 1812, 1975, 2026, THS, that's funny. 1823, 1908. We'll give it just a few more moments. Thank you all for being here and for hanging out. And I was just reading the answers. I haven't given the answer yet.
Okay. I know it now.
All right, we're going to give it just one more second, and then we're going to stop this, and then I'll have him put in the answer. Just in case I happen to not know this, liked and shared. Thank you, freaking awesome. The stop is in. Mike, if you will put the date in there, then I would greatly appreciate that.
Can I say what I think it is before he does?
Yeah, fire away.
So, yeah, never mind. He put it in there. That's what I just looked up in the red book. Your red books come in handy, you guys.
They do indeed.
Red books come in handy.
So the answer is 1815. I just realized that I just had all up. I do have those people in there. The people that are there is Jack Riley, Gambit, Chad Brookman, Thomas tripped on a nickel, Kim Campbell, Opus, Wolf Metal, Ant, Flying Dutchman, and THS. Unfortunately, Jack has already won, so Jack's not going to be able to be in there. So I'm going to remove his name. I'm going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And the last winner of this sticker pack and the little giveaway from Paula is going to be Opus. Opus Singer, congratulations. Do me a favor, please send me an email, and I will get you this sticker pack along with my poker chip, and then she's going to give you, I think you get the poop emoji or something else.
Yeah, poop emoji, the football, or the Trump silver Grammy. It's not wanting to. Of course, it doesn't want to focus. Why would it? Anyway, you get the picture. Which one do you want, Opus? There it goes. And there it goes. Do, 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 do. Okay, I don't know. Yay, poopy. Okay, thank you. There it goes. All right.
You want to see something neat, Paula?
Yeah.
Something that we can start searching for?
Yeah.
You want me to pull you up?
Hold on. I'm putting the screen up right now.
I did see that there's an amazing double die obverse for the 2024
class 1.
Oh, is that what you're going to show me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All of the
look at this.
And yeah, it's pretty dramatic.
It's not their eye. This is a late die state, so you don't see it real good on the God, but it's there.
You don't. Yeah,
you can see it right in here.
I did see that.
And I know.
Have a great day, Mike. Stay safe, brother.
I've got an early die state coming, but you can see like the notching on the
much
bottom.
For the single squeeze, which we knew wasn't a thing anyway.
And you see it on the top right there too. Crap. But yeah, it's a really good one. This one, like I say, is late die state. Chris Hurley found it in his pocket change.
Well, someone else had already found it.
Yes. Yeah. This has been sitting on my desk for months.
Yeah.
Well, he sent me a picture, and he sent me basically, if you see my cursor, the 2-0.
Yeah.
And it was kind of grainy, and it looked like it was just a fat 2-0. And I says, yeah, that definitely looks like it's fat, And then yesterday he says, hey, have you had a chance to look at that? It's been like months. And I says, well, I'll get it out and look at it. And I says, man, why didn't you say it was like this? And he says, oh, but for my
here, let's look at the
investigation. It looks like the examples being found were found in Louisiana, Georgia, and South Carolina.
Of course they were. Why wouldn't they be?
So
hang on. I want to pull up and show you guys. I want to show you guys what an earlier die state looks like.
Yeah, Variety Vista's got an earlier die state listed.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Share. It's pretty fantastic. Frostbite.
Hold on, I'm pulling you up. Just a sec.
So, like I said, I've got an earlier die state coming.
No, I shared my screen.
Oh,
it's in.
There you go.
There. No, that's not the right one. There you go. It's pretty dramatic. Renee
So
Castillo.
let's talk. We just mentioned the type. Why is this that type?
Why is this a class 1?
Yep.
Because the design is rotated.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand when we talk about the various classes of double dice, and I've got shorts on stuff on these. You can find here on Variety Vista. You can pull up the double dice. It'll actually talk to you about.
He's got it listed as a class 8.
The classifications, but
right. Well, you know, him and Brian, like Brian Ribbar that does the nickels. There's some nickels that are class 2s, and he has them all listed as class 8.
He's still stuck on the single squeeze, probably, huh?
And he is. And even the mints admitted that they multiple squeeze if they got a multiple squeeze.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and the reason that I ask these questions is because we say these things. Sometimes it's just assumed that everybody knows. I want to make sure that we reiterate some of the very simple points so that people understand when we say class 1, why is this a class 1? What is it about that
he
makes
had
this a
like
class
this
1?
You can't tell, but he had mentioned something about there being a rotation from the ear or something like that in the description. But I can't see it. This is a late die state coin, so.
From the ear, what do you mean?
I think he shows the ear right there. And somebody was saying that they're saying it's class 1, but I had Chuck look at it and he was like, well, and then he looked, he goes, man, I'm awake. And he goes, where did you get this from?
Yeah,
he says, this is huge. He says, this is a class 1, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know, and then I told him the story. And so I'm sure he's on the hunt now.
Yeah.
So, and like I said,
good morning.
I know I've seen 3 Facebook posts and some eBay posts of it, and everything's in like Louisiana, Georgia, and South Carolina.
Yeah, this is a counterclockwise.
Yep.
I mean, there's definitely a rotation there.
Oh, definitely, because you look, it's in the bottom of the in God, and then it's on the top of Liberty, actually, but you can't see it on the example I have.
Well, and if they say it's from the ear, it would be. It's rotated from a central point, so.
And you can see on the Y.
Hochek, what's up?
Yeah. It's just great. Yeah, I saw that like a week ago.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you guys are in or around those areas,
you
again,
can see it like right here.
Go be looking at your coins. Check that out.
Notches too.
Well, and that's just where they've been found. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't find them anywhere.
That's right.
So,
they can be anywhere. And this one was found in pocket change.
That's great.
So I'm going to pull this up. This is the one that was just sent. We got Jack on the line. And we were asked, hey, do you want to look at these images? Give us your thoughts about this. So let's look at this particular
reverse photo.
I do have a reverse photo right there.
Looks good to me.
Nice little die crack. Looks like it struck through maybe up here.
No, those are just scratches.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're just scratches. It's probably got an old cleaning.
Yeah. Maybe. Nice die crack there. He says it's genuine. That's a beautiful thing.
It's definitely got an old cleaning.
Yeah. Still nice. Good find.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to leave it here so that Jack can tell you what Overton number it is. Because Jack loves to do that stuff. Yeah, very nice. Congratulations. A good pickup. I like it when you guys send photos and stuff like that. The cat busts aren't Overtons?
No, they are blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Which ones are the Overtons?
I'm trying to think.
I thought the cat busts were the Overtons.
No. Overton stops at 1836.
Oh, okay. Wasn't aware of that.
What was the date on that?
38.
I don't know. So they are, hang on. 1838. Come on, buddy.
Hey, Eric, how you doing, bud? Good to see you.
Oh, what does that stand for?
What does what stand for?
GR. Yeah, GR. What does that stand for, Jack? Hang on. Cat. I can hear Frostbite's fingers going on the cat. Cat to buzz.
Let me see if I can find this. Graham and Reaver.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard of that before. I'm not familiar with them. Or is there a good resource?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, but that 2024 is really nice, man.
Captivist $50 complete coin guide.
We'll find you guys a resource so you guys can look this stuff up. I didn't realize that Overton stopped at 36. So again, I learned something this morning. I'm always learning stuff, though. Every time you guys are on, every time you guys talk about this stuff, I learn something.
That might not be the right one. Hang on, specs, vintages, census, series highlights.
Oh, you want to hear something fun, Paula, talking about this?
Yeah.
So if you guys ever want to go to look at things like government information or presidential executive orders, you'll go to like the whitehouse.gov. Well, I was giving a presentation one time at a CDC conference. It's been years and years and years and years ago. And one of the deputy directors was giving a presentation, and she kept trying to pull something up, and the system was preventing her from doing it. She wanted to bypass it. I kept telling her, stop. Don't do that. You don't want to display what you're trying to pull up.
Pedro, you have a great day too, my friend.
Hey, have a good one, Pedro.
Be safe. Thanks for all you do.
I won a giveaway from him yesterday.
Oh, nice.
That was very cool. One trade unit, some weird trade unit. It was pretty cool. But anyway, so the other technician that was there, we were sitting up on panel, and we were talking about youth health function and stuff like that, and substance abuse in youth and how to protect themselves. But anyway, she kept trying to pull up this website. The website was for the White House, but it wasn't whitehouse.gov. She was trying to pull up whitehouse.com, which is a very bad site. Well, she bypassed the system and displayed that to 5,000 people sitting in a conference room. Anyway, my buddy that was there messaged me yesterday, and he sent me just a little small screen capture of White House, and he's like, "Hey, was thinking about you." I was like, "Oh my gosh, how you doing?" That was anyway. Just something funny. You guys are like, what the hell is Frosty talking about? Can we plug John's Varslab site. I have no idea what that is, but absolutely. I have no idea what that is, bud.
Variety Slab. What is that? John Albanese? Talking about John Albanese, Jack?
Let's pull it up and see.
Yeah. Baumgart. Okay. I don't know that site.
I don't either.
Do I, Jack? Maybe I don't think I do.
I don't know anything about it. I can pull it up and share it. But I know nothing about it. You want to type in chat a little bit about it? I know you don't like to do the live thing, so you don't want to come up on panel, but
speaking of John Albanese, Gray Sheet and Whitman on YouTube did a great interview with him yesterday. I think it was yesterday, the day before.
I will share. Let me pull this up.
And then they had Hunter on.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was about to show, Jack. And looking at the site. So they do have something really cool. So this is the site. Again, just for the sake of informational purposes, we're not related or tied to this site in any way. We're just showing it. But if you go to this site, the Variety Slabbing Service, and you click on resources, there are tons and tons and tons of great resources, all for attribution.
Oh, yeah. Livecoin Q&A's got something like that, too.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just saying. Anyway, we do.
Yeah, so.
On our website.
Let's pull that up. Oops. I can't talk.
We need to update our website. Just saying. I know, right, Keneline? Just saying, there's a little thing called the Livecoin Q&A, but you know,
so you can come here. Let's replace this screening there, and you can come here and go to Livecoin Q&A. Go to the top, come to Coin Info, go down to informational sites, and then down below they have a very large listing of references.
I don't think we have as many as that, though.
Yeah, but again, cultivating multiple resources is a good thing.
We will be adding them, yes, because we're always looking for reliable informational sites to add to our website. So if you guys have anything,
and if you haven't checked this out, go check out Ken Peavy's Coin Classes. A lot of great information on that YouTube. Just grab yourself later in the evening if you're doing something, or maybe you're doing some work, you're mowing the lawn, whatnot. Put it on your phone, put it on your headphones, and just listen. You'll hear a lot of good information. You'll find yourself stopping and looking at your phone a lot to figure out what he's talking about, what he's actually showing and stuff. But I quite frequently listen to stuff like this, like when I mow the yard and do yard work, just to have it on in the background. And a lot of great information, a lot of fun stuff. I like what Ken Peavy used to do. They used to call him a teacher.
And if you are sensitive or faint of heart, he is not your guy.
I think that's why I like him.
Yeah, if you are like, yeah, if 4-letter words offend you, you may not like. He's pretty good in his coin classes, I have to say. He was pretty
I think he used to have insomnia or something, because all of a sudden you get up in the middle of the night and he'd be broadcasting for 6 hours.
Oh, and usually those were him talking about living on Mars.
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. Like so Ken Peavy was a genius. He was a brilliant man. And his mind oftentimes would keep him awake at night.
I have that problem, but not because I'm a genius. Well, no, yeah, but people who like to solve problems, people who like to research, people who like to dig into things and find. your mind, like I will have to get up in the middle of the night, turn my computer on, type what's in my thought, or get on my phone, type the information into my phone, put it into notes. And then once I'm secure in the fact that I won't forget the thing that I had in my mind, I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's just somebody who, you organize and do stuff like that. Well, kin of mine, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I take, right, because I have issues sleeping.
Pushing pills.
And it's one of those things that and sometimes it is process. There are times where I will be working on a problem all day long, and I'll be at work and I'll be digging through stuff, trying to figure it out, trying to find solutions. And I will not be able to come up with the answer. And I'll wind down, lay down in bed, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, wake up and go, I know how to do that. Mm-hmm. I will have to get out of bed and immediately start digging into that. And fortunately, I have a wonderful boss who's like, as long as you're active, you're working. And we have to log into a system, and so they know what I'm doing and during that time frame. And there's plenty of times where I just wake up and go, I'm working, like I'm going to work. I'm going to get it done. Yeah. And so, but there are some people whose minds never shut off. And Ken was one of those people.
Oh, yes.
And you could see that when he was talking, and it would just go and go and go and go and go and go and go. But you could understand, notepads on your nightstand. Mine are usually problem related because of what I do as far as work goes, but I have to do that. And so it doesn't matter if I'm on a medication, like I said, taking something for it, still causes me to wake up in the middle of the night.
Landscape link. Oh, okay. Did somebody?
Good morning, Elsa. How are you doing? That is true.
Can somebody put the landscape link over in the portrait chat? I'm looking for the landscape link.
Oh, he just sent me something. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
Good morning, everybody over in the portrait side. Hammer, right, Ken of mine? Just, get somebody to knock you over the head.
Let me pull this up. Give me just a second. He shared some information with me. Man.
I just have random. I have to have something always playing in the background at night, but it's for other reasons.
This new Facebook's new Meta Center stuff drives me crazy.
Yeah. What cracks me up is that they have a robot asking you to verify that you're not a robot. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Coin collecting. Oh, good. Capital to put up the.
I keep getting all of these. Your account will be closed in the next however minutes if you don't click on this link. And then it points to some weird channel. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, really? Don't be careful with that. Don't fall victim to that kind of stuff. It's horrible.
I get that all the time too.
Yeah.
We've had to cancel your account.
Or your $3,000 Amazon orders on hold because we don't have your address.
Right. Yeah, silly. That stuff is easy to verify too. If you guys ever get anything like that, just go into your true account, and because there will always be a message or something in that actual account.
My wife always goes, "What'd you charge for $3,000?" I didn't charge nothing. And then you just check the account or check the credit card. And,
Yeah, and you have to be very careful because again, the problem with a lot of these social media accounts, I'm trying to pull this up real quick, The problem with a lot of these social media accounts is that they sell and share your data. And so the information that you post, people will gather information from you, and then they will be able to target exactly some of the stuff that you've done and some of the recent posts that you've made. And then they can put together a fairly good argument based off of stuff that you put on your social media accounts. And so it's very directive. And you've got to be very careful with it because it can sneak up on you and bite you. So this is, Jack just sent me these. These are a couple examples of the very slabs that actually attribute, and they show you the attribution and what it is that you're looking for. And
I love those. Okay, now I know who it is.
I had never seen these before. This is something that's new.
I wish that all the TPGs did that. I wish they all did that.
So do you have to get something in and then send it to them specifically, or how does that work?
What do you mean?
Well, like, so let's say that I have a coin that is PCGS or NGC, and I want to send it in because it's not listed as a VAM3. Oh, I have an 1883 sitting here that's a VAM3. So would I have to send that directly to this Verislab and then have them do their work, or will they take another slab? How does that work?
Well, I imagine that they would crack it out of the PCGS slab, right? I don't know.
No, they put that's a sticker.
Oh, they just put their own sticker on it? Okay.
Yeah. Because they do other varieties besides VAMs.
Oh, that's fancy. They'll add that label on the slab.
Right. So if you've got a PCGS coin that doesn't have, like, there's something that's not, that they don't list, you can actually have them. Because I've seen some at Brian Rain's table.
I've seen those too. I think it was at Brian's table that I saw those, now that you mention it. Yeah. Do you know what they charge for that, Jack? Or does it depend on...
Well, Jack, I know you don't like doing live streams, but if you could, like, send me, like, some detailed information, we could go over it. I'd like to know more about how to do that, because I definitely have some things that I would like to have attributed that are in holders. I've got a double die in a Buffalo nickel, right? That it's not attributed. I would love to have some of those things done, and depending upon what the price is.
You mean it's not listed anywhere?
No, it's not on the label. It's not listed on the label, but it's actually in the coin.
Gotcha.
So it's one of those things that I cherry picked, right? So
Gotcha.
Somebody put that up, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's a double die!" People don't even recognize it, and I was able to get it for like $17, and it's like a $90 coin. Nice. So I'd like to find some of those, or find a way to label that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, AZ, I joke with my daughter about that all the time. I can look through 10 rolls of coins, and my daughter will go get something from the store, and she'll find a W quarter. Little fart.
Well,
like, I don't know why you say they're so hard to find. I think I found like 6 or 7 of them, and she doesn't even look for them.
Yeah. Wow. What's
with the coin in the blue? So this is something that I just picked up. This is really cool. This is a space coin. I put this up here just to kind of rub Eric's nose in it. Because him and I both love space stuff. But this is a really cool coin. It comes from
Barbados.
$5 coin. Then they put it in the slab, and then they put it into their other slab and stick it into these little limited holder edition. It's just a way of taking a slab and making it worth no more, just thicker. So it makes it harder to store. I would love to I'm probably going to crack it out of this thing. But there's a limited edition. There's not very many of these. I think there's only like 44, 45 of these in this particular setup, but I'm not worried about that. I just want to do the coin. The coin had a very limited number. I just like the space program. right? And this is one of those things. Oh, Jack, have a good one. Take care, bud. I think I get a licensing fee for that blue coin. Yeah, they're really cool. I really like this. But I love space coins. But I brought that up here. I just picked that up. I brought that up here just to bother Eric because him and I when I was God, it was been about a year ago, I guess, was really talking to him about the coins and the Apollo 11 and the stuff that I was doing for a video, and all of a sudden he comes back. He's like, "Dude, you suck." I just bought a bunch of silver and rounds and coins and stuff. What's up, Copperal? How you doing, bud? Good to see you. And then this book, if you guys don't know what this book is, this is The Lost Ways. And this is one of those that talks about all the old ways of doing stuff. This is more of a prepper style thing. And I was talking about that because when we discussed the old ways of doing things, and hard men create good times create soft men create hard times. And we were talking about the cycle of that. It's knowing how to do stuff in a situation where you have to protect yourself. So I have that book here. It's something that I keep handy. I'll pull it out every once in a while and teach my sons how to, light fires and how to properly stack stuff and where to place the kindling. And we talk about doing different things. And so it's just really cool stuff. Opus, are you interested in a 5-ounce Apollo 11 space flown metal? Absolutely. Send it to me. Opus, we'll talk about it. We'll coordinate something, see what we can find out. But yeah, it's a really neat piece. And like I said, I put it up there just to kind of rub Eric's nose in it and say, hey, look at this. Because he blames me for buying things that aren't pennies.
Look at my thing, Frosty.
I would rather not.
No, the 5-ounce.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't resist. It was there for the taking,
That's the last shameless one that you made me buy.
It's a little washed out.
Well, it's because of the yeah. Well, this has actually been cleaned. I actually got it. I think it's 5 ounces. I ended up getting it for $70 because I think silver was under $20 an ounce when I bought it.
Whoa.
I remember when
and I bought 2 Apollo Soyuz that were in the holders still at the same time.
I sold my 5-ounce Apollo coin.
Yeah, I think this is, I'm trying to think where this one is from. It's not from the United States. This coin isn't. But the other 2 were.
Yeah, I have, you guys know I collect ships, but what people forget is that spacecraft is a ship, right? And so that's one of those things that I love the space program. I really enjoy the astronomy and stars, and one of the I don't know what you even say. It's not a hobby. It's kind of like if I get started into it, is cosmology, astronomy. It's such a fascinating thing, so cool. But yeah, so this is why I brought that out, was kind of just to say, what's up, Eric, and how you doing? Christine, I have tokens made from recycled copper, the Statue of Liberty. I wish someone would mint a coin with recycled silver that went to space. I don't.
What he's talking about, I think that it does have something that comes from space in it, doesn't it?
Apollo 11 5-ounce at Opus is talking about. Looks like it does.
Yeah, there's
Who minted that? Do we know?
I don't. I'll have to find out. Probably Nui.
Probably one of those. Right?
They do a lot of stuff with the Apollo 11.
5-ounce also for Apollo.
Yeah, but not with.
Yeah.
Recycled.
Not with that.
Yeah,
it's most likely Nui.
That's one I just said that I had and I sold. I wish I had it back because I just think it's a concave, convex.
Yeah. So Christy, another aspect of that that is really cool is when they do the shipwreck coins. When they take, and I know that they've done this with the old cannons. They've made like iron jewelry from the old cannons that they found that were damaged, or when they take silver and stuff like that. It would be really cool, but I think one of the problems with taking stuff that's been to space is the potential concern about radioactivity, right? Because of the stuff that they're exposed to, solar radiation and stuff like that. So I'm sure there's probably some concern about that. But you're absolutely right. Something like that would be really cool. So let's see.
Have a great day, Azure. Have
a good one, Azure. Thanks for all your support. Appreciate it. Heading back out to the gym. Yeah, that's something I need to get my butt back to.
I just got a yoga ball.
I used to have one at work, and that's exactly what I would do at work is I would sit on a yoga ball.
I love it.
And it's really good for your core. Just sitting on one for a period of time. Here's what Opus just sent me.
Feels great on your back.
Hold on. That is not the same one. What the heck happened?
I wish PCJS and NGC did something like that with their slabs. I really do. Even if they charged extra to have it put on. I bet they will. I bet they'll do it eventually.
Here's the one that he just sent. Oops. Hold on just a second.
Oh, I have that somewhere. Not slab, but I think
that's the 50th anniversary one.
Yes, I love that.
And then this is the one that was done from space material. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Maybe I don't.
He says he doesn't own it. He volunteers at a coin shop and they have it. Talk to him. Let me know. Send me a dollar figure on that. I'm definitely interested in having something like that. You know, the only thing about that stuff that drives me nuts, though, why do they got to put that in? And I have a couple of these. It makes it very, 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 very difficult to
you almost
store.
Gotta have a bookcase for them.
These monster.
I wouldn't want one in a slab.
These monster things like this. Okay, I like them, but look at this. That's my hand, right?
Yeah.
They're huge. Why do they got to be so big?
Well, I don't know.
Now, obviously, this is a 5-ounce coin.
Yeah.
That's a 2-ounce coin, but still, they're so hard to store. That's probably one of my only frustrations with that is that they're really freaking pain in the butt to store.
Well, just buy them raw then.
Well, I just happen to get both of these that way. So, but yeah, I definitely like that. So Opus, let me know.
I like the poppy coin. It reminds me of growing up in California. We had poppies in our yard.
So you know why I have this particular coin, right?
Oh, I think you told me, but I probably wasn't listening to you.
That happens quite frequently. Yeah, with women, I'm used to that. The ladies tend not to listen to me. That's all right. I think my wife may have said something to that. I don't recall. This is actually Memorial Day, the founding of Memorial Day, and it's related to Flanders Fields, the poem that was done, where the poem was done from a battle in World War I, where so much blood was spilt. They say that the white poppies that grew blood turned red the following year. From the chemical changes in the land, the soil was so screwed up that the flowers turned red. And so it's now just a field of poppies. It's a red poppies. But Flanders Field is a poem that was done, an English poem that was written. And this symbolizes Memorial Day. So I bought this specifically for Memorial Day. And I have my Veterans Day coins and stuff like that. So you guys know I like my military history and
Oh, me
world
too.
history, not just U.S. military history, world history. Because again, the sacrifices of people to better their nation is a big deal for me. And so that's why I purchased this particular one. A cool piece. But they're huge, like monster freaking huge.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a dual slab. And those are also another slab that's difficult to I found a way to put it in my slab album. I had to cut the centerpiece out but yeah, that's
Wasn't there a time they were re-slabbing the GSA slab so it was like a super big slab?
Oh, they still do that.
They
So
still
they
do
actually,
that.
yeah.
Some of the companies, I can't remember which ones do which, but
NGC
will just put a label, like a tape. We'll just put tape on the actual GSA holder. But yeah, is it NGC that actually puts the
NGC actually will put
puts a
here
holder in a holder.
They will put the label across that
so
actually
PCGS
says
that puts the holder in a holder. Then
PCGS is the one that puts a holder in a holder. NGC will actually put a label here, and it's got the security seal tape on the back, and then it's got
Cat Grading also does that. They put the tape on the tape.
Yeah,
the tape
and
on.
so that's what they do. But you got to be very careful when you buy those because a lot of people utilize fake items in pretend GSA slabs. The labeling is different, the lettering is different, but they will actually create NGC style fake slabs of these, and you got to be very careful when buying.
Yeah, Jack showed those in one of the things.
You got to be very, very careful when showing those. I have too much stuff sitting on my desk. I got to take some of my stuff back today.
Well, I do now. I didn't before we started.
Well, I did a couple different shows, and I pulled out a bunch of stuff. Hey, Pete, or Padre, thank you. Padre Seat, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate you. But I've got to take some of my stuff back.
Welcome back.
I got so much crap sitting on my desk right now. That's something that has to be done today. But yeah, so you want to be very careful with that. But I do like that piece, Opus. So yeah, when you see them later today, reach out to me and let me know and give me back. I don't know that I'll be able to do it immediately. I'll let you know, but we'll definitely discuss.
Yeah, I like that astronaut.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. And the one thing that's really cool about this community is if people know that you're looking for stuff and that you like stuff, they will keep eye out for stuff. Like people are constantly looking out for chip coins for me. People are constantly looking out for war memorial, like the Pearl Harbor coins. Like this was as soon as Oregon is the one that I got this from, reached out to me and says, "Hey, I found something for you. Let me know if you want it." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do." So that's one cool thing about this community is there's a lot of people, once they find out what you like, you have a bunch of people looking out for stuff like this. And so
he's a nice guy. I met him. I went to lunch with him and met him and his wife. His wife gave me a candle. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He only lives like 20 minutes from me.
Christy, for the Manhattan Project, we use 14,000 tons of silver to enrich uranium used for Little Boy and Fat Man. We just obliterated 3 nuclear enrichment sites. How much silver was down there? Yeah, who knows? An interesting question. Interesting question.
Who knows? It'll be mined eventually.
I'm sure. Let's see. Being outside gardening. Oh, you're talking about gardening and the things. Lots of health discussions today.
Yeah, can imagine for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, they'll go back through and they'll find some stuff, but
they may have moved it. We don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Think about how much precious metal was in the World Trade Tower that had just been moved prior to that as well. So it'd be interesting to see if there were any other pieces of intelligence on that, but I'd be curious.
I don't know, but what I do know is that I gotta go.
You have to bounce?
I gotta bounce.
Well, Mark Thomas used that exact language just as I said that. That's funny. I have to bounce.
I gotta bounce. Yep, me and you, Mark. All right. Well, you guys have
tomorrow, Paula.
Last weekend and happy Independence Day weekend and happy kickoff to our sesquicentennial next year.
Absolutely. I'm 100% looking forward to sniping myself one of those mercury dime, that 10th ounce gold. Those are the kind of things that I can get behind, right? I like the old designs. And if the Mint would listen to more people and do more of that stuff, I think there'd be some great stuff. Chrissy, thanks so much for that. I appreciate it, all the insight you've been providing. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to ask for a favor for you guys. I probably will be here tomorrow. I don't know. What you got going on tomorrow?
Just the question and answer, bring your stuff. I've got one question that I want to dig into, but other than that, just our normal.
Okay. So I'll probably be here tomorrow, but after that, I'm not sure what's going to happen with me. So that is, I don't typically do this, but I am going to do this. I'm going to ask for prayer because I don't usually ask for stuff for myself, but I'm going to ask you guys to pray for me because I have something coming up next week. And yeah, so I just pray for me. Please, I need some prayers.
So for those of you who aren't, I'm just going to come out and tell them what's going on. Okay. For those of you who don't know, Paula has Graves' disease. And part of the issue is that it has a dramatic impact on sight. It tends to be extremely painful. And she is having a procedure to hopefully remedy some of the situations that are there, and if not, totally like restore a lot of the degeneration that happens from the issues that are there, the dryness in the eyes, the pain behind the eyes. And so Paula's going to go in for a procedure. She's going to be actually getting some stuff done. She's being very cryptic. I'm not going to. If you are going to be praying for something
for 9 months.
And so she's been struggling with that for a long time. A lot of people do not realize there are severe levels of pain associated with this. And Paula and I have talked quite frequently. She's had to deal with many uncomfortable situations where she's just like, I can't be up because I can't see. You'll notice that she hardly ever puts herself up on the screen because there's when her eyes are bad or they're really aggravated, they tend to be disheartening, right? And so just be praying for Paula. She's going through tons of stuff with that. But again, there's going to be a procedure and she doesn't know how it's going to work. So just pray for peace and comfort and for the people who are, matter of fact, you know what? Forget this. Say, God, I ask right now that you would come to offer a sense of peace and comfort in regards to the procedure that's coming up. One thing that I would like to say is that you guide the hands of the surgeons that are going to be providing this procedure, and that you have the total outcome of things, and just provide comfort and peace in what the surgeons are going to be doing, the staff that's going to be supporting her, and then help the recovery of this, just to make sure that she knows, number one, that the recovery will be there, but also that she has a number of people that are standing beside her. Impress people's hearts to reach out and to let them know that they're thinking about her, not just through the channel, not just through the stream, but to her, so that she can understand that she is loved and appreciated. I thank you for this, Father. We know all things can happen through, so we appreciate this. In God's holy name, amen.
Amen. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
love you, Paula. And
Love
again,
you guys too. Thank you so much.
very important. We appreciate you and all you do. And folks, do me a favor, okay? If you have our number, don't text her. She probably won't be able to deal with that for a couple of days. So call her and just say, okay. Or you can send me messages and then I will call and bug the shit out of her
Send me an
and
email
pester
too,
her.
but
Say that
if I
again.
can read it. If I can read it.
Well, that's what I said. Just send me the messages and I will just call her and
I'll be fine.
I will pester the hell out of her.
It's a long, drawn out process. So like I said, like every 3 weeks for 9 months. I don't know what's, it's a very good chance. There's a very good chance that I could just be perfectly fine and it not be affected by it. So, but
yeah, just don't say normal because you'll never be perfectly normal.
I'm never normal. Normal's boring. But thanks you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for your prayers and
absolutely.
Yeah. And happy thoughts. Okay.
Yep.
All
and
right.
remember, you can always come up. You don't have to say anything. You can always come up and just listen.
Oh, yeah.
So you're always welcome here. Your knowledge is extremely appreciated. The number of people who have been helped by you know what? We'll work on that and give her some old people script so she can see something big.
Right.
But again, yeah, just a huge thank you to that, and I wish you the best in the procedure.
Thanks, you guys, and I'll probably be up tomorrow. So yeah, don't spend too much time dwelling on it. I'm not, but just short little prayers. That's always appreciated. I thank you guys very much. All right, see you later.
Thank you, Paula.
I'm gonna head out to Frosty.
Okay, what time is your reveal?
Around 1 o'clock, probably before 12:30 or so.
And we're talking 1 Eastern, right?
Yeah.
All right, yep. Sounds good.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
We'll see you later, brother. All right, so a couple things before I leave for the day. Remember that tomorrow is just your question and answer session. We're going to have a number of people in chat who can answer questions about authenticities of coins. We can look at images if you have stuff that you want to send me. One of the questions, and it was a really, really good question relating to the coin trivia that is out there for the month of July. Again, if you haven't seen that, make sure you're going to go look at that. If you're a new subscriber or if you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe to the channel. Go check out the short for the July contest. You have the opportunity to win some silver coins. But the question is this mint mark real or not? Is this a real coin? Is it not? And there's no wrong answers, only opportunities to learn. But there was a question that came from that. And I really want to address this tomorrow. So this is one thing that we will be talking about. Without giving the answer away, we're going to talk about the adding or subtracting of a mint mark. And we're going to talk about how you can identify whether or not a mint mark is real or not by utilizing some of the resources that are out there. So we're going to go over a little bit of that tomorrow. So please make sure you come and are a part of that. So I'll be posting the live stream here in just a few minutes. So as soon as you get that, go over, hit that notification and make sure that you're here tomorrow. But if you have questions on coins, you have a picture that you say, hey, I want to know about this, please send it. It's frostbitecoins@gmail.com. That's frostbite, FROSTBYTE, just like in the sticker that you see on my screen. Send me an email, send me the photos, ask me some questions, and we'll be talking about that. And then again, you can always ask your questions in chat. I've been blessed to have a number of wonderful, wonderful people in the stream that are here to help, to hear support. Some amazing coin shops that come in, Harlan J. Burke. We've got a couple of people from there that pop into the stream periodically. We've got Mike and Matt from the Coin Show podcast. We've got Copper Coins that comes in, obviously live coin Q&A. So there's just an amazing array of people. Jack Young, Jack Riley with the counterfeits. I'm trying to get a couple other people to engage in some more conversation. So if you have questions tomorrow, please come and bring those with you. And again, share this out. Let your friends know that we're going to be doing this. So if they have additional questions, we will do that. The last thing is, please do me a favor, and we have more flooding, more raining in San Antonio and the surrounding areas today. Keep in mind the people that are suffering, especially in Kendall and Kerr counties. Lots of life. And for those families that lost all their kids at the church camp, it's a still ongoing story. But be praying for the families who lost their little ones, sending them off to what should have been a weekend of fun that turned into a week of terror. So be praying for those families. Be praying for the people who are losing property and life and everything else in this. It's just, we need the water, but not like this. All right, folks, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do, for being here, and again, for sharing it out. About 150 more subs to 6K, folks. We can get there. I would really appreciate your help. So share this stuff out, okay? All right, folks, more giveaways tomorrow. FYI, be here, be well, be blessed, and take care. Saludos. Take care, amigo. Have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for being here. Adios. Be well. See you tomorrow.